to be the king. Number one, sexy chicks. Every day taking trips, all my ladies love this. Check my bling, I ride fly on my plane sky high. It's a thug's life.
Alright, Charlo Castano 2. My thoughts on this particular fight and my final prediction. This fight particularly is going to be one of the most, I think it's going to be probably one of the most interesting contests of the night. I think this fight constituted a rematch because it was so close. And then, you know, you have the theory of beating the champ. You got to really beat the champ. So I guess they let him part ways with the belts. Some people believe that Castano in the first fight slightly edged him out. Some people may have looked at it Charlo way, depending on some of those swing rounds and how you looked at it and how you looked at the activity. I think more so much is the same possibly in this fight, but I think it'd probably be more of a gap because both men have had time to study each other and look at film, and I see a lot of stuff that they probably saw in the fight that where they could say like, man, dude, I should have did this, I should have did that, I could have did this. It was a lot of those moments in that fight. Me personally, it did look like Castano edged him out, but I mean, you can't just take the strap away when the fight that close, man. So these guys are gonna get in there and work, both Charlo and Castano. I think the keys to victory for Charlo, man, is pretty relatively easy. He can really make easy work out of Castano if he just simply keep his distance with the jab, come with the check hook when he moves in close for activity, because there's a lot of times during the rounds where he can control the fight with his distance, come with the overhand right, which he always does. He loves the overhand right, but he leaves himself pretty open when the distance is closed, but I'll get into that part later. My thing is that Charlo made that fight first time, I believe, you know, a little bit more difficult than what it had to be. I mean, actually, he's the more stronger, faster fighter. He's deceptively fast. He's got good head movement when he wants to use that head movement. But he didn't capitalize on a lot of things. He could have just made this fight a paceful, one-sided, boring fight if he just simply just kept his distance, used the jab a little bit more, which he didn't. I feel like he should have did more with the jab and the body work when he was on the inside. You know, he could have kept it real simple, made it like a boring fight. But it was an exciting fight. We do want to see action as fans, of course, but, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get that W. You know, I think Castano will make adjustments too. He is pretty good. He's got a good ring IQ, but his whole thing is activity. He can outland Charlo. And he usually gets by winning the rounds at the end. So Charlo thing is to make sure when it gets towards the end of the rounds, he have his corner shouted out or whatever. If he's not listening for the, you know, sign that it was all the 10 seconds remaining or whatever the case may be, like the last 1:45 of the fight to keep his distance, keep pumping the jab to set himself up and be more patient. He don't have no patience in the ring. This is going to be his downfall when he's fighting a guy like this because he's fighting a two-handed fighter. This is a two-fisted puncher. He more so is coming with those hooks and overhands. You want to keep hooking and hooking and hooking. And Castano's big thing is you can't hook with a hooker. He would try that. He tried that a couple times. He got his ass rocked. Now, what Castano has to do is simply keep him bagging up. And that's one thing Charlo made a mistake of, bagging up on the ropes where he can unleash a lot of punches. He kept his guard pretty good where he couldn't get around and catch him over the top, but he did get caught over the top a couple times, but it wasn't effective enough to cause any damage. But he has to be aware of that. Right now, what I feel like is he's more susceptible to catching him with a beautiful uppercut because he didn't really utilize that either. Whenever Charlo would do a lunge and jab or he'll come in on the inside and try to work, he'll leave himself open when he throws the overhand over the top. When you try to go over the top, he wide open. He's fast enough to get that punch right on the button to the chin. Easy delivery. That'll keep him backed up on the ropes. Then you can unleash these combinations. That's something that he was able to do because he's a two-fisted fighter. Where Charlo, he lacked that, where he could have easily had, you know, kept it like with a 1-2, then opened up with a 3-punch combination. Or he could have just did the hook You know what I mean? But it was a lot of stuff that he probably noticed that he didn't do right. If he comes with the same mentality, the impatience, can't wait, he's going to open himself up to get caught with a lot of punches as well. Castano pretty much outlanded him in a lot of the rounds in the fight. Caught him with some clear punches, and he outlanded him in power punches, actually, in the first fight. So there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made for both of them. I'm telling you, if Charlo makes this a difficult fight again, he's going to lose. If Castano gets too cocky and opens himself up, Charlo does have enough power to catch him with some shit, we know. But Charlo would have to be able to finish him to knock him out. It would be good for Charlo to try to get him out of there, but trying to go 12 rounds with him again don't spell no victory for this is the way I see it. Shouldn't go past 8 rounds. If Charlo will stick to the game plan and be more patient, landing shots, I'm pretty sure Derrick James worked with him and told him that several times the first fight. So maybe he'll execute it right the second fight. I'm kind of leaning towards Castano in this fight. The reason why is because I don't believe he's going to stick to the game plan. He never does. So by the fact that he don't stick to the game plan, I believe that Castano will be able to shine him and style on him in the later rounds. Those championship rounds, Charlo probably will step it up. Like I'm saying, I feel like he will win a majority decision in his fight. You know, I think he has what it takes to get under Charlo's skin and get under his chin. I mean, that's just how it goes. That's the best thing to get at him mentally. Now, moving right along to the fight beforehand, I think I'd already talked about it briefly on another video, but I'm going to talk about it again. My boy, Castano Clayton, the War Machine, has a big Super Bowl fight finally coming in his hands as he will fight in the IBF Eliminator against one of the most talented welterweights in the sport, Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm a big fan of both of them. Clayton has everything against him in this fight. You look at the tail of the tape, you see the height, the reach advantage, and then we already know about Boots' speed, impeccable, power, impeccable. A lot of people believe that Clayton will get knocked out within 3 rounds. I don't think so. A lot of people be capping, acting like they know about Clayton, man, and really follow his career like that, but they be capping because they say all he does, he can box. They based it off of that lip in this fight, and I know it. If you've seen Clayton fight more than twice or 3 times, you know you're not going to see the same Castano Clayton every fight. You're not. He can go to war. That's why he called the War Machine. Will he try to do that against Boots? I don't know if that's smart, but he's going to have to take some risks in this fight. If he don't take no risk, then he's going to he's not going to get no respect from Boots. He got to get Boots respect early because Boots going to try to get it from him early. He doesn't really have the power. I don't know. I can't really say if Boots is chinny or not. I've never seen him get hit. Some people bring up the fact that his brothers are chinny when they get hit. But, I mean, he not his brother. So, I mean, we don't know how tough Boots is. He never fought no real hell of a puncher either. And if he did fight a puncher or two early in his career, they ain't getting no shit off because Boots ain't gonna let you get no shit off. He's a smart fighter in there, man. He got good movement. That's why a lot of people say, he got that Roy Jones style. Hard to hit, but he can hit you with anything. He'd come with awkward angles and just catch you with some shit. I got faith that Clayton will test him in some type of way. But I think overall Boots will get the victory. It's all going to be on stamina, whether or not he gets that knockout. If he can gas him out, because, Clayton ain't getting no younger, man. He's 35 years old, man. This is his first time getting an opportunity. A lot of opportunities passed this man up in his career where he just didn't never have them. So, now that he's 35, this is the perfect opportunity to get Clayton under your belt. You feel me? But my thing is that, listen, it's going to be a tough fight for him, but he can prove himself. I know he's hungry and ready. This is both his time to shine, but I got Boots, man. All right, y'all. I'm out.